right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Adrienne from Fame Consulting. I have some information as always. So today we will be talking about some retirement plan options. So if you have a small business or you're self-employed and you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I save for retirement? What are some options that are available for me? Maybe you made a profit and you're looking to put away some dollars so that you can, save for retirement and also lower your tax bill because it is tax season. Well, I have some options for you. So these are some plans that are offered by ADP. So I'll talk about their 3 standard plans and then also some facts about each of them. And I will go into some figures. So we will actually talk about their pricing as well. So ADP does offer a SEP IRA. So that's the first one I will talk about. A SEP IRA is a retirement account and it has some unique features. So this plan, only the employer puts contributions into this plan on behalf of the employees. So the employees wouldn't actually make a contribution in. The dollars are coming from the employer and going into this retirement plan on behalf of all of the employees. So, like I said, only receives contributions from the employer. So there's a distinction between and E. So always look out for if it's an employer contribution versus an employee contribution. In addition, this is indexed every year, so you can actually put away $61,000 up to $61,000 into this plan for the employees, and that's the number for 2022. In 2021, I believe it was $57,000. So every year this number fluctuates and it changes. So you always want to check to see, okay, what is the limit for this year, and do some tax planning to figure out if you can maximize that or even just receive a benefit from this type of plan. I will drop a link below to the IRS website where you can see what is the current contribution limit for this year. And I just always encourage you to, double check what the limits are in the future. In addition, this type of plan, the amount that you can contribute into this plan is based on a formula. So depending on the type of entity, you'll take 25% of your net profit and, do some math to figure out what is the maximum that you can contribute into this plan. So I always recommend work with a payroll company or work with an accountant like myself to figure out, okay, how much can I contribute? How does this work? How do I get this set up? So that is a SEP IRA. Another really cool benefit of a SEP IRA is that it's actually not too late to contribute. So you can actually contribute into this plan up until you file your tax return and it count for the prior year. So we're currently in 2022. Some people have, done their bookkeeping in January or February and they're like, oh man, I have a profit. What do I do? You can actually still open and contribute to a SEP IRA now in 2022 and have it retroactive to the prior tax year so that you could potentially even lower your tax bill for 2021. So that is one of the unique features of a SEP IRA, is that ability to open it and have it be retroactively effective. So I do have some clients that I'm working with now who are currently in the process of getting these set up and getting these open so that they can, mitigate their tax situation that for 2021's filing. All right, plan number 2, simple IRA. So a simple IRA is kind of a hybrid between a SEP and 401k. So with this plan, you can have employee as well as employer contributions. Specifically with the ADP plan, they do require that there is an employer match, but you can, set what that looks like. In addition, you also have the ability to create eligibility restrictions for this plan. That is not something that exists on the SEP IRA. So if you have employees and you have a SEP IRA, everyone's eligible for the SEP. For a simple IRA, you do have the ability to set some eligibility criteria, so that might restrict who and who cannot participate. The final plan that I'll be going over today is a traditional 401k. So if you've had a 9-to-5 or you've worked with an employer and they've offered you a 401k plan, this is what this is comparable to what you might have seen at your employer. So again, with this type of plan, you can receive an employee contribution as well as an employer contribution. Most often that would be like the employer match. That's what we are most often familiar with. You do also have the ability to set some eligibility criteria with this plan as well. And in addition to, it's always a step up when we go to the next level, right? You can also set a vesting schedule. So for the employer contributions or the match, you can say, well, in order for you to become 100% vested, you need to put in X amount of hours or years of service in order to vest 100% in the plan. So if an employee worked for you, they received a match, but they didn't meet the full vesting criteria, and they decide to leave your company, then they wouldn't be able to take the unvested dollars with them. So this is something else that you might want to, keep in mind if you're thinking about what type of plan makes sense for my company. In addition, for 2022, you can contribute, the employee can contribute over $20,000 into the plan for 2022. So that might be a good tax planning strategy to think about, okay, how much is my salary? What do I need for my expenses? Do I have any ability to put some money away pre-tax to lower my my tax bill at the end of the year? The other cool thing about a 401k plan is that in addition to the match, you also have the ability to do profit sharing, which is basically what's now, that's what you saw with the SEP. SEP is really like a profit sharing tool where every employee gets a piece of, the profits that are left over, up to that $61,000 for 2022. Same thing exists for a 401k plan, or at least you can create that for the 401k plan and create that profit sharing inside of that plan. So high level overview of those three options. What's the pricing, right? We always want to get down to the dollars and cents. Okay. So for a SEP IRA, ADP charges $50 a year. So once a year, you'll get charged $50 to create that account. There's also a $25 setup fee. In addition, for a simple IRA, it's $40 a month, but they are offering us a promotional special right now where they're reducing that to $20 a month. So this is a good time to, do some planning, get your taxes done, and then figure out what your budget is or what your tax planning ideas or strategies might be for 2022. Lastly, the 401k plan, that pricing depends on what type of 401k plan that you are interested in, and then current promotions for the period. So I always recommend, reach out to get the exact pricing for your situation, because it does depend on the number of employees that you will be putting into the plan. So very high level, quick and to the point. Those are the three types of plans that are currently being offered by ADP. I actually do have a partnership with ADP, so if you needed any support with getting this stuff set up, you can always reach out to me. As always, I am available. I will drop a link to my calendar below so that we can talk one-on-one to figure out what makes sense for your situation. So I like to give the high-level information via video, and then we meet one-on-one or in a group setting so that we can figure out what makes sense for you specifically. So please leave a comment. Let me know if you have any questions, any requests for other videos. And I always want to make sure my information is relevant, reliable, timely, and it's what you want to hear, right? So let me know what else you want me to cover, and I will see you next week, Wednesday. Take care.